Over the past few years, the MCU has been slowly losing its grip on the general public. The quality of the content has gone down while the quantity went up, and this oversaturation of the market caused people to feel a little bit of superhero fatigue. And the release of the new Fantastic Four film is the most important movie Marvel has released in a very long time, and they really needed it to do well. And the question everyone wants to know the answer to is it good? And I am happy to inform you that it was fantastic.
Say that again?
It was a great change of pace from what we are used to from these Marvel movies lately, and I thought it was a great family film that told an amazing self-contained story. This movie takes place in a completely separate universe from the main MCU we know, which I loved because they didn't have to worry about cameos and whatnot. I thought the 60s aesthetic of the world was great. I really enjoyed the retro futuristic vibe. It almost felt like the Jetsons with some of the ridiculous tech they had for the time. I loved the little montage we get at the start of the film of their origin stories as well as how they became the famous superheroes on their world. I thought each member of the group had a really good opportunity to flesh out their characters and showcase their abilities. I also really loved the dynamic of the team. They really felt like a tight-knit family that have known each other for years. And while I have felt the Pedro Pascal fatigue with him being cast in almost every major project of the last few years, you can't deny that the man can act. And I understand that he may not be who everyone wanted to be cast as Reed Richards, but I think he does a fine job portraying the character. Reed Richards is such a morally complex character, and I think he was able to capture Reed's genius and how it can be such a weight on his shoulders, almost pushing him to become a villain at times. While we didn't get to see him utilize his powers in too many impactful ways, I thought what we did see was great. I just hope we get to see him get more creative with his stretchiness in the future. Who stole the show for me, however, was Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm. She is surprisingly the closest thing we get to a main character in this movie. She gets so many great scenes and really got to show her powers off in a variety of ways. I think her dynamic with Reed and the rest of the group was great, and she's able to capture the boldness of the character perfectly. While I doubted that Joseph Quinn was the right casting for one of my favorite characters in comics at first, he killed it as Johnny Storm. I loved how he isn't too much of a goofball, and while he is the primary source of comic relief in the film, he still manages to come across as extremely heroic at the same time, which is impressive in an era where all these movies are so oversaturated with humor. I also loved how they displayed his powers. Surprisingly for me, the Thing was the most disappointing member of the group for me. Not because he was bad, but because he felt so underutilized. He was very charming and definitely had his share of cool moments, but we really don't get to see his character fleshed out at all, or even a mention of how he feels about being a rock person now. But I was very happy with how he looked and how he interacted with the group, although I did miss the classic gravelly voice. The whole story centered around baby Franklin and how Galactus wanted him to take over as his heir, but all I could think about is how are they going to balance this character in the films going forward? I mean, we're talking about a guy that can warp reality at will, can change his age, create universes, I mean the list goes on. I'm excited to see how they use him in the story to come. The main villain was Galactus, who I was excited to see on the big screen and very intrigued on how they were going to pull it off. And I think they did a great job. While they did have to nerf Galactus a bit, I get it, and I think he was really well done and super imposing nonetheless. I loved when he came into the city and he felt like a freaking kaiju. It felt like the team was fighting Godzilla. It really felt like the group was up against an impossible threat. I just really hope we get to see him again in the MCU. And with Galactus, of course, comes the Silver Surfer. And while I think Shia LaBeouf's character was great, her subplot with Johnny felt a little bit rushed. But I can't be too mad because she was too busy aura maxing almost every other scene. I loved how shiny she was, and that shot of Johnny's face reflecting off of hers is so peak. Overall, I thought this was a great family film and one of the best projects we've gotten out of the MCU in a while. Not everyone is going to love it, but I think they did these beloved characters justice, and that's what's most important to me. After Thunderbolts earlier this year, and now Fantastic Four sticking the landing, I am so excited to see what the MCU and Kevin Feige are cooking up on our way to Avengers Doomsday. Nerds are eating so good right now. I mean, what else is there to say? It was fantastic. I'm going to give this movie a strong 4 out of 5, and I can't wait to see what's next. Superman was better though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give me your thoughts in the comments and let me know what I should review next. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.
Peace!